It's been 1 week since I started my 12-week weight loss challenge, and today I'm doing my first check-in. I'm sharing my weigh-in, what I learned from tracking, and one Weight Watcher recipe that I really loved. My daughter and I are doing a 12-week challenge together, and every week I'm going to be sharing the ups and the downs. Okay, so here's my week 1 weigh-in. My starting weight was 196 pounds. My current weight is 193.4 pounds. My weight loss was 2.6 pounds. Yay. I don't feel any different yet. Actually, I do feel a little healthier, a little less groggy. Yes, a little less groggy. So that's a plus. But at least the scale is going down. One thing that I'm reminding myself is that week 1 isn't about so much about weight loss as it is data and learning from the changes that I'm making. I'm trying really hard not to judge myself this first week. So, what tracking taught me? I want to talk about tracking because this is where I learned the most this week. Tracking has helped me to be aware of what I'm eating that I wasn't really keeping track of before. For example, like shoving a handful of granola in my mouth when I had nothing better to do. So I'm trying to get between 100 and 120 grams of protein a day. And it has really helped me notice how eating the proper amount of protein affects my hunger. Tracking helps me to plan by making me make decisions before I eat so that I'm not making decisions when I'm really hungry, because that's when the mistakes happen. It also helps me to see patterns and what works for me at this new stage in my life. My Weight Watchers Menopause Mode experience. So as I mentioned in my previous video, I switched my Weight Watcher app to the Weight Watcher Menopause Mode. And I love that it focuses on the things that are really important to me right now. For example, eating high protein is really important to menopausal women because we lose muscle as we get older, and protein helps to build that muscle. When you're losing weight, sometimes we tend to lose muscle instead of fat, and so the protein helps to replace that muscle. The Weight Watcher Menopausal Mode also keeps track of fiber, and fiber is really important to help you feel full. Fiber intake can reduce hunger, and it can also target belly fat. Water is really important to me too, and keeping track of what I'm drinking is really important because I tend to slack on my water intake. So drinking water also helps to stimulate the metabolism, and it can increase fat loss and stimulate the metabolism. So tracking my macros really helps me to eat balanced meals throughout the day. I'm not just trying to eat less, I'm trying to fuel my body better. When I reflect upon the last time I lost weight and lost 100 pounds and trying to figure out what I did then that helped me to be successful, I remember that finding Weight Watchers recipes that my whole family could eat was really important to me. So though I still have those recipes and I love them and I still make them, I'm going to start exploring more recipes, and I want to share those recipes with you. So this week I made a recipe, and it's called Super Easy Spaghetti and Meatballs, and it's in the Weight Watcher app under Starter Recipes. To find the recipe, open your Weight Watcher app, go to Starter Recipes, scroll down to Starter Recipes,
Scroll down to until you find the spaghetti and meatballs recipe. It's pretty far down, I guess. There it is. And there's the recipe. And it tells you, gives you instructions, ingredients. Or actually, that was an introduction at the top. Here's the instructions. And there you have it. That's how you find super easy spaghetti and meatballs. To make this recipe, you combine ground beef, 93% lean ground beef, into a bowl with a half cup dried breadcrumbs, quarter cup grated Parmesan cheese, 1 egg, 1.5 teaspoons Italian seasoning, 1.5 teaspoons kosher salt. Mix it together. Form it into meatballs. I used my cookie scooper to form it into meatballs. I think they were a little too big. They're supposed to be 1.25 inch meatballs, and you're supposed to get 30 of them, and I only got 18. Put those in the oven. I used 1 cup of whole wheat pasta because that's a serving size in the Weight Watcher app. You're supposed to eat 3 meatballs, but I used 6 because I just didn't think it was enough protein. I used 1 cup of Rao's marinara sauce because that's a serving size on the label. And then I chose to add 2 tablespoons, I believe, of grated Parmesan cheese because I had the space in my daily macros for that. It was delicious. I really enjoyed it. My husband does think it was a little too salty.
So every week I like to do a journal prompt. This week my journal prompt was, what did tracking reveal about my habits? I realized that I like to have go-to meals and recipes so that I don't have to think about what I'm going to eat all the time. It's really stressful for me, especially being a full-time and working full-time, to always be thinking about what I'm going to eat. There are some things I just don't want to think about. So having some go-to recipes and go-to meals that I can eat every day, and some of them I do, like the picture on the thumbnail is a yogurt and fruit bowl parfait, if you will, that I eat almost every day. It's easy, it's high in protein, and it fills me up, and it's delicious. So it's a win-win-win. When I don't know what I'm going to eat every day, that's when I end up snacking. That's when I'll go to the cupboard and I'll grab a handful of nuts or a handful of granola or a piece of cheese from the refrigerator, and I won't track those. And then I end up eating, or I'll track them later in the day before I go to bed, and then I'll realize that I ate way too many calories and not enough protein most times. Usually it's way too much fat, way too much carbs, and way too many calories. So having those go-to recipes really, really helps me stay on target with where I want to be with all of my macros. I really feel that tracking is the key to success with weight loss. I really, really think that it is knowledge, that you have to see it as knowledge, and knowledge is power, as they say. So even if I don't eat everything, even if I overeat or I go out to eat, I still track what I ate. I find something on the Weight Watcher app that is similar to what I ate they have restaurants on the Weight Watcher app, and so I'll find a restaurant that's similar to the restaurant that I went to, and then I'll track one of their meals that is very similar to what I ate. I really think that these are some of the foundations of the really important foundations of losing weight. I think these first few weeks of tracking help us to understand, or help me to understand what I'm eating and the mistakes that I've made in over the past couple years with my eating. So it's good to get on track again. It feels really good to be on track again with tracking. If you're also working on your health after 50, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me, what's one habit you're working on this week? Next week, I'll be sharing another update, another lesson, and another step toward my goal. Bye.